It's the NFL on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Green Bay Packers and the Dallas Cowboys. Next on Madden NFL 25.
We've been here so many times, and you still stand in awe at the size of this place. We're at AT&T Stadium. Welcome to Arlington, Texas. Thanks for joining us, everyone. With my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. And like so many matchups in the NFL, Brock, our focus goes right to the quarterbacks in this one. Both of these guys, players who've been around the league now for some time, they've definitely established themselves as veterans who know how to win football games.
Yeah, I think the word of the day, Kate, is definitely experience. Two guys who've been through the season several times over, have seen a lot at this point in their career, and been through quite a bit on the field. All that experience is stored up there right between the ears. And the one who is more skilled at leveraging that experience, more than likely is going to come away with the win.
Here's Brandon McManus to get this one going. And off we go from Dallas. Here's Kevontae Turpin on the return. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. So here come the Cowboys for their opening drive. Bringing them out is a Mississippi State fourth-round pick in 2016 who's found considerable success in this league, Dak Prescott.
I don't think I'm alone in this, Kate. To me, Dak is one of the easiest players to root for their success in the NFL. I think for me and for many others, well, it's based on all he's overcome, from tough playoff losses to significant injuries. But his leadership, his stats, his ability to play like an MVP in big moments, at his best, he really is all you could ever ask for.
First down, here's Dak. Hits him on the out route. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's good for a Cowboys first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Ball on the 45, first and 10. Now the first run of the game for Javonte Williams. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for second down. Another run for Williams. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Nate Hobbs in on that stop. They get about 4 there. Need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the first down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
Prescott now on 3rd down. He's on the move. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Cowboys punting it away here on 4th, and it's the longtime vet Brian Anger on now. Takes it in at the 21. And he's brought down before the return gets far. So the Packers offense getting set for their first drive. They'll be led out by the Utah State product and former first-rounder back in 2020, Jordan Love.
It took Jordan Love a little while for him to get his chance to start in the NFL. He had to watch Aaron Rodgers for a number of years, but guess what? Aaron had to watch Brett, and it paid huge dividends. And it sure looks like Jordan Love, to start his career, is doing the same. He didn't just watch Aaron Rodgers. He worked on his game. He developed his game over 3 years. And when he got his chance, he sure looked like a young star at the position.
Love going to air this out to start. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Okay, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Here's Josh Jacobs getting his first look on the ground. He hits the sideline, and an ill-fortuned run loses yardage.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
Third and long. Here's Love. Escapes the pocket. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of fourth down.
It's exactly how you draw it up defensively. A 3-and-out and a sack on top of it. Create that negative play. Create a little doubt in that quarterback's mind. And offensively, well, that's the worst way to start it. No rhythm, no tempo, and now you give the ball right back to the opponent.
So fourth down, here comes Daniel Whelan to send it flying for the Packers. And he'll signal the fair catch. Brings this one in comfortably right at the midfield stripe. No return on that punt. And the Cowboys will get set to go on offense. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Now for the first time, they turn to the rookie from Texas. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the 46. Throw secured by George Pickett. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Here's Prescott, first and 10. Ferguson's got it, complete. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
All right, here we go, second down. Dak now from the gun. This ball's caught by Pickens. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Edger and Cooper there to make the stop. Packers into a nickel defense, third down. Another throw for Prescott. He's on the move. He's running for it. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
They'll give it to Williams on the option. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. Oh, they got it back. They can try and salvage something. Ooh, so close to a big play defensively there, Brock, but now these guys got to stay out there. They were unable to bring in the fumble. They just forced.
They do. Got to bring a little bit of juice, but kind of like a boxer when they get a guy cut, they know. Man, if I get that first cut, I can make them bleed. And you get that ball out the first time, I guarantee you, I promise you, those guys are thinking they'll get it the next.
So a crisis averted a moment ago, but their reward, a really tough third down here. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So fourth down brings out Brandon Aubrey to try for the Cowboys field goal. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. Hanging close, and it does find that right upright. No good. And we continue to await our opening score of this ball game.
Man, that is a sound every kicker dreads. I really thought it had a chance to sneak in, but instead, it's rejected by the upright.
Packers taking the field now. Their second series of the game coming up. And they haven't gotten their legs under them on offense just yet, Brock. 3 plays and a punt on their opening drive. A nice starting spot for the Packers this drive. 1st and 10 coming up. Shotgun now for Love. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Target that time, Jaden Reed. So 2nd down coming up. Got the one-on-one they wanted, Brock, on that slant, but just not enough to get the completion.
Yeah, you got to create separation. We all love the slant route. It could be super effective, but you got to beat press. You got to beat jam. You got to beat off man, and you got to create separation so there's not that bang-bang impact to knock the ball loose like that.
And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Malik Hooker with the tackle.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Throwing his Love on 3rd. Complete out to the right side. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL. Everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And this one ventures out of play on the fly. The question is where it's marked. Looks like they'll say the 17-yard line. The Cowboys about set to take over. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. From the gun is Prescott. Throw complete to Lamb. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. 3rd and short in your back pocket. You can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
On 2nd down, a run with Williams. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the 1st.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense, and I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Prescott here from the gun. Ferguson there to bring it in. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Throwing on 1st is Prescott. Escapes the pocket. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
This guy, Kate, he can create. He really is good out there. He's skilled when it comes to getting outside the pocket, which makes it all the more impressive. They contained him so well when he was clearly looking to generate something with his legs.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Another try following the sack. It's taken in by Lamb. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
A whole bunch of credit goes to just about everybody on that offense. Guys up front needed to give the QB enough time to let that play develop. Excellent effort by that receiver to stay alive and for the quarterback to scan the field and find his completion.
Prescott now to throw on third down. Complete beyond the marker. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it'll be first down, Dallas.
Kate, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Prescott set to pass. Has him on the quick hitter. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's good for a Cowboys first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Dak off the play fake. Has it at the 7. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They pick up 20 yards there, and that gives them first and goal.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And he takes it into the end zone for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys take a 6-0 lead in the first quarter. C.D. Lamb with the touchdown. So our first score of the game here as they cap off that drive with a touchdown.
It's really what you're looking for, Kate, offensively. You want to force the other guys into thinking they need to play a little catch-up right away. So a nice job to get that first score and take early control of this game.
Brandon Aubrey now on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Cowboys will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Aubrey now to kick this one away. McCole Hardman now on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter. Jacobs gets it to start the drive. And they take him down after just a small gain on the final play of the first. We will not get another play in here. That's going to do it for quarter number one. Neither side separating much so far. Back to AT&T Stadium in just a moment. Time for our second quarter. It'll be Packer football to begin. They're looking down to 2nd and 9. They stick with Jacobs. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Brought down by Deron Bland. Here's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
So now here's 3rd and 5. Love out of the shotgun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
The Packers send out their punting unit. Cavante Turpin on the return for the Cowboys. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Cowboys and C.D. Lamb headed back out on offense. That just misses the 50 mark, gets a 49-yard punt. And it'll be good field position for them as they take over right at midfield. The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. Completed over the middle. And he gets it past the 50 and down to the Packers side of the field.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd down now, 7 to go. They go with Williams on a counter. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short 3rd down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. 1st down, here's Dak. Got Lamb, and it's complete. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 29. Finds him over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. And even 20 yards on the play, and it awards them with a 1st and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. From the red zone now. Drops back. Needs an open man.
Quarterbacks, well, they're a lot like sharpshooters in the NBA. Sometimes they're just going to miss. You got to shake it off and keep on firing.
So the incompletion on 1st. Here's 2nd and goal. Dak throwing again. It's caught. Ferguson. And he's brought down at the line.
Well, the defense was ready for that throw, stopping him right in his tracks, right at the line of scrimmage.
They've held him out twice. Here we go. 3rd and goal. Now here's Prescott. Flushed out of the pocket.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Now Brandon Aubrey will try to knock it through for the Cowboys. Angling this one in from the right hash, the challenge here. Gay's kick is good. And they come away with some points on that series.
Well, he moved past that earlier miss pretty quickly here, Kate. Nice to see that. And now he can carry a little momentum with him to end this opening half.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Hardman with a return. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. Now here comes the Green Bay offense. And it's not good, Brock, when you're discussing their punter as one of your early game MVPs, but they just haven't been able to get anything going so far.
No, you'll hear some old school coaches, especially defensive-minded coaches, Kate, and they'll say, hey, man, there's nothing wrong with the drive ending with a kick, right? As a quarterback and as an offense, maybe that was the way you played the game back in the day, but not modern football. You've got to go score.
On 1st and 10, here's Love. Into the hands of Romeo Dobbs. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Thrown on 1st down, Love. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Trayvon Diggs has got it. And the Cowboys get it back as he intercepts him for the 2nd time this game.
And what a huge bonus on top of the takeaway. Not only did you steal the possession, but you immediately, Kate, flip this field and give your teammates a golden opportunity to punch it in for 6. And if they score quickly, or to put that opposing offense right back out there still reeling from that interception.
Offense headed back out there now for Dallas. And they'll only need to figure out a couple of yards here. They're going to start with 1st and goal from the 2. Got it off that interception, Brock. Let's see if they can pay that off with points. Here's 1st and goal. Williams crosses the goal line for the Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys parlay the interception into points. Javonte Williams, the touchdown. For the point after, here's Aubrey. The point after splits the uprights. And the Cowboys take a 3-possession lead. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Hardman with a return. Now bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. Out now runs the Packer offense. And things starting to get a little out of hand for him, Brock. That last score made it 17-zip. First and 10 now from the 30. Running right, here's Jacobs. And he'll push forward for a small gain to the 31. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Love from the gun. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball. That's grabbed inside the 30. And it goes the distance. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers start to fight back with their first points of this game. It's a Romeo Doubs touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Brandon McManus on for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Packers cut the lead down to 10.
Packers 7.
That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. The return starts at the 18. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. And unless the coverage adjusts to slow him down, Brock, he's going to be busy and a productive target for them throughout the rest of this contest. Ball at the 33 for first down. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 42. That's Lamb running the slant. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
Translatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Handoff goes to Williams, running right. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. Offense to the line for 2nd down. They'll run here following the penalty. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
This coordinator tried to show some trust and belief in his offense. A run after a negative run? Well, you lose a lot of equity and belief in that coordinator. I don't think he's going to try a third run after back-to-back negative losses.
Prescott now on 3rd down. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
So many coaches love third downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know got to execute and convert on these third downs.
Brian Anger on now to punt. And this is headed to the sideline, and it'll bounce out at the 7. Wow, great kick. The Packers are headed back to the field, so we'll get a look at Romeo Doubs. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Jacobs running behind center. And he's brought down after a short gain. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Shotgun now for Love. Finds his man over the middle. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Throwing now from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. We're to the 2-minute warning from AT&T. The Packers got a long way to go and a short time to get there. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Trying again following the sack. This finds Dobbs. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
The Packers trying to hurry to the line. Love on 3rd and short. Brought in along the sideline, just needed official ruling, and they said catch. Great play. The big play nets him 17 yards. And it'll be 1st down, Packers.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield. Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
The Packers trying to hurry to the line. Play fake, it's Love. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
Throwing the out route complete. And he's out of bounds just short of the 30.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these out cuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Love to throw again. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Love out of the shotgun. This one taken in by Kraft. They get an even 10 on that play. And it'll be first down, Packers.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Finds his man. It's Kraft. And he's able to get this down to the 13. The Packers take their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Still sticking with the passing game. And this is going to be a Green Bay touchdown! The Packers make it a 1-score game before halftime. Jaden Reed, the touchdown. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
McManus on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Packers cut it to a field goal game.
Packers 14.
Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Turpin with a return. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. The Cowboys and quarterback Dak Prescott ready to get back to work. And we're all hoping his hot start can continue. He's been putting up some numbers early in this contest. "19 seconds remain in our opening half. Let's see what they do with it. First down, here's Dak. Ferguson there to bring it in. Good yardage with a new set of downs. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. First and 10 from the 41. Prescott here from the gun. Ferguson's got it, complete. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Back to throw it. It's caught, Ferguson. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Andrew and Cooper there to make the stop. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. He's back to throw. Complete beyond the marker. So we've hit the end of 2. The Cowboys fighting to the halftime lead here in Dallas. Now we'll head over to Orlando, Florida. Check in with Jonathan Coachman for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. It was former Tar Heel Javonte Williams with a solid first half. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This is a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Hardman with a return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Packers and Jordan Love set to take over again. And he has to be happy about his game. We're checking some of the highlights right now that he's made so far. A good showing that's seen him in the zone from time to time. And also, he's just seen the field well from his spot in the middle of this offense. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Love from the gun. Looking for a target. Jaden Reed, the intended target. And now they face 2nd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Love looking to pass. Throw right side, and Dobbs has it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They got 24 yards on the play. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Love now to throw. That's into the hands of Dobbs. And he'll take it past the midfield stripe and start the push into Cowboys territory.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the two defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
From the 46. Completes this one to Kraft. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. A give to Jacobs on the inside handoff. And they had that one contained right at the line. The tackle made by Mozzie Smith. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Big man up front said, not in my house. Let me tell you, Kate, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this, it's over. Over.
And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
Well, there's a time to be a little finessey with the football, put a little touch on, and then there's time to put your arm into it and let it eat. Throw it right through your target's chest. This one, well, that one right there was the latter. Smart to make a fastball zing in before anyone could undercut the curl route.
Turning to Jacobs on 3rd. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Going run again with Jacobs. He'll drive it forward, but won't get beyond the line. It's Kenneth Murray on the tackle. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he carries it for a big gain that gets him down into the red zone. That's a 9-yard pickup, and it gives him a 3rd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Throwing now, 3rd and 2. He has the first over the middle. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Shotgun now for Love. And this is going to be a Green Bay touchdown. The Packers take the lead right away in half number 2. It's a Romeo Doubs touchdown, his 2nd scoring catch of the game. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Bronk. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
McManus on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Packers take a 4-point lead.
Cowboys 17.
On now is McManus to kick this away. Turpin with a return. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. They've got 1st down from the 31. Second half starts with a run by Williams. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. They stay on the ground with Williams. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Devon Fuller bringing that play to an end. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. Into the secondary past the 40. And finally, they catch up to him at the 11. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset.
Anytime you go over half the field in one play, totally changes the complexion of the drive. They're now set up beautifully in enemy territory to end the series with some type of points.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. Up the gut they go with Williams. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Gonna be 2nd down.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Design bootleg here. Bails out of the pocket quick. Gets out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
3rd and just 2 to go. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. And the defender comes away with it. There are costly interceptions, Brock, and then there are interceptions inside the red zone in the 2nd half of a 1-score game.
And if there is ever a time where ball security is paramount, it is right now.
Yeah.
They made a great play. Don't get me wrong. They deserve a ton of credit right there. But as a quarterback, you cannot risk a turnover. It's touchdown, it's check down, it's throw the ball away. You're literally throwing points away with that pick.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Jacobs. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 23. Completed over the middle. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. They gain 14 on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Packers.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
On the option, it's Jacobs. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost, and he busts those tackles.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Throwing deep for the end zone. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete.
You know, ball skills, they're not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball, too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge game.
Love on 3rd and short. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Slot man in motion left. Takes the handoff, now Love. Taken in by Dobbs. And he'll take this one in for the Green Bay touchdown. The Packers pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. It's a Romeo Doubs touchdown, his third through the air this game. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this two-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
McManus on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Packers drive their lead to 11.
Cowboys 17.
On now is McManus to kick this away. Turpin with a return. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Dumped off to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds right along the 40.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Straight ahead with Williams. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. We'll pause now for an injured player, and it looks like he's worse for wear after handling that last carry. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a first with some room to spare.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. They give it to him again. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. So we hit the end of the third quarter. The Cowboys have it, but some work to do in the final frame. They're trailing. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. From the gun is Prescott. He's on the move. Now he takes it. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Dak now from the gun. Pass is hauled in by the running back. And he'll go down here at the 16.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. That throw finds Pickens. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. First down, here's Dak. He brings it in. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
That extra half second, Kate, that's it. You know, we talk about timing in the passing game all the time, the precision. It's the same thing with the drop. If you have too long of a delay, you give a D-tackle like that a chance to get home and make a play.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. To throw, Prescott. And he's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Dallas! The Cowboys now within 1 score in the 4th. C.D. Lamb with the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always...
And he's got it. That gets him 2 and puts them within a field goal here late. Critical 2-point play there, Brock. The conversion puts them now in range of tying this sucker up with a field goal.
So different for everybody in the building, right? A 3-point game, and especially different for the kicker. He wasn't needed there, but get yourself ready. Your defense does the job. You may need a game-tying field goal at some point soon.
Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Hardman with a return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Packers are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Play fake, it's Love. Flushed out of the pocket. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Final quarter, this quarterback's just feeling the need to do a little extra, try to make something happen outside the pocket. But the problem, defense wouldn't let them. They have that same kind of urgency. They want to make some plays of their own before they hit the showers, and they got one right there with that sack.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Another try following the sack. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. This one misses the tight end. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you've got to count on those being efficient and effective.
3rd and long. Here's Love. Gets this one to Watson. Breaks the tackle, still going. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Their punter making his way out now. It'll be Daniel Whelan doing the honors. Fair catch made here at the 30.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. And this one does not go far. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Prescott here from the gun. Escapes the pocket. He takes it himself. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Prescott set to pass. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
The best defensive ends in the NFL, they don't need to win sustained battles to get home. Nope. Sometimes, Kate, all they need is one quick move, and they're into the backfield blowing it up.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Trying again following the sack. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice. I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play. 1st, 2nd, 3rd down, sometimes even 4th. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness it's coming, and then more importantly, to stop it.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. That hits at the 9, but nobody around to grab it. It carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The visitors headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Jacobs gets it to start the drive. And it's a nice gain off a really good effort there just to stay upright. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
Now he'll throw off the play fake. Reed's got it. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. On the handoff, here's Jacobs. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. We get a stoppage here. One of their big blockers up front. In some pain following that play. He's being attended to. Offense to the line for second down. Love out of the shotgun. Short pass brought in. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Putting a receiver in motion. Running on first here with Jacobs. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have second down and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Second and 3 now. They stick with Jacobs. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. First down, and they go right back to him. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. That run good for a gain of 2, and just like that, we've hit our 2-minute warning. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Shotgun give now to Jacobs. And they'll stop him, but not until he has a nice little gain down to the 32. So quickly the defense burns a timeout here. 1:57 remaining in the game. Third and a lone yard coming up. Turning to Jacobs on third. And this time they won't surrender anything. They wrap him up at the line. Now we get another stoppage here. Just 1:52 remaining. The defense burns a timeout. An important attempt coming up here for Brandon McManus. From the right hash, a 49-yard look. Tracking for it, and it's good! And now their lead will push out beyond a field goal.
So after that make, a field goal won't cost them a lead, but a touchdown still ties it, or likely probably puts them down a point. Okay, this is one of those moments where the defense now has clarity. They know what the stakes are and what they have to defend.
On now is McManus to kick this away. Turpin with a return. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Cowboys offense now headed back to the field. And they'll try for better results this time around, Brock, after they had to punt it away last time out. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Back to throw. He goes back to him yet again. Complete. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, Just find a way to get him the ball.
Ferguson there to bring it in. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Cowboys have to get moving here. Clock's still running. Looking to throw it. Trying to push it deep downfield. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on fourth. Now to throw. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. One of their best play calls of this game, Brock. Nets them 17 yards on fourth down and gets them the first.
You want to start a good debate sometime, Kate? Go in an NFL locker room and ask which position is the best athlete. The big guys, the left tackles will tell you it's them. The corners will tell you it's them. But I'll tell you what, these tight ends of today, the way they can run and break tackles and get in the open field, they truly are some of the best athletes on the team.
Second down now, 7 to go. Here he is to throw. That one is incomplete. The clock now down to 16 seconds remaining.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. To throw. And even on third down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be fourth down.
You know, Kate, that was one of those situations where you hear a quarterback having a clock, right? You know, and he had enough time in the pocket, but then it was like, okay, time is running out, and I got to do something. He did not force a throw and risk a pick. Instead, he just got rid of it and cut his losses.
Here he goes. Got to have this on fourth down. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Edgerrin Cooper takes it away. And the Packers make the play that should win them this game. Wow, an aggressive choice to go for it on fourth and that kind of distance, and an equally aggressive play in coverage to pick that pass off.
Yeah, that down and distance, you're not running it, right? Too far to get to the stick, so that defense had all eyes on the quarterback. They knew that pass was coming, and it's one thing to know it, it's another thing to execute it and go take it away. That's a big momentum swing for this defense.
No timeouts remaining here, partner, so they can just run out this clock. The Packers to a knee, letting the clock run out on this victory.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So it's the visiting Packers who pick up the win. And finally, Brock, they can exhale and take a few breaths, because I don't imagine any of them were breathing easy during that one with how close this game was.
Them or us? We're both.
All of us.
Yeah,
D, all of the above.
It is so hard, Kate, to